Anyways, so today we had a kind of a last minute topic we want to talk about, and that was Sigma males. And well, tell 'em what a Sigma male is.
A Sigma male is kind of a lone wolf type character. It's a modern, it's a pretty recent term that's come up in recent times, but it's basically like your if you apply it to movies, it's like the main character who he doesn't have much emotional ties. He's more of like he just does. He's not influenced by anything other than his personal drive. That's how I would. That's how I would
Yeah,
describe it. It's like a
they're very lone wolf, independent characters, usually very calm, cool, collected. They're like
usually
self-reliant.
emotionally independent.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
self-reliant. You think of like a James Bond character.
Here's a proposal. How about I do my fifth, you do your
Okay,
fifth?
okay, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
Okay.
fair.
And I also have an honorary mention.
Me too. Me too.
So that'll make it 6. We'll do those at the end, of course, of this list. But at number 5, I have Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Nightcrawler.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it since I was in high school, which was 5-6 years ago. So, I honestly I don't remember like the specific lines. I just remember being like, dude, this character's he killed that character. Jake Gyllenhaal did.
Jake Gyllenhaal is such a
What's
good.
his name in that movie?
That is the thing about that type of Sigma male character too. Is it's not even like he's just a bad guy. Like there's no really redeeming quality to him other than the fact that like he's very dedicated and he's go getter for sure. But
Lou Bloom.
Yeah, Bloom. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely a sociopath, psychopath. But when I
Yeah,
first
so
saw
that's
that,
why he's at my 5th because
I don't even know if you can. Yeah,
I mean,
that kind of fits the criteria. I think.
it fits the criteria, but I have him at 5th because, like you said, he has little to no. There's nothing that I really like about him other than he works hard.
That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. All right, mine's better though.
Okay.
My 5th is Officer K, Ryan Gosling off of
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2049, and the biggest reason. Well, first of all, we know like Ryan Gosling plays this character so well because he already is that like dark, brooding, mysterious guy. But especially with this character, he's kind of supposed to play a Blade Runner. I mean, someone who's governmentally he's like manufactured. He's not real, so this is already kind of somewhat of a Sigma male character. I mean, he's a lone wolf for sure. He's always like cool, calm, collected. You know, he's just a cool character. But obviously, this movie's one of my favorite directors. Denis Villeneuve. I always say Villeneuve, but being a French Canadian director, I don't know how to pronounce that right. So if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Yeah, he is to me the best in the game right now. But I think that one, Best Picture. I'm pretty sure, and like Best VFX or something like that, Academy Award. That movie's a really, really beautiful movie, but Ryan Gosling kills it. Officer K kills it. In my opinion, he's up there.
All right, so
on to the 4th.
My number 4 is honestly not even a movie that I really enjoyed watching that much. I'm more like this character just for the memes. This character is the worst person ever. And this is Christian Bale in American Psycho.
Oh, dude.
It's not the movie is really honestly I didn't even like enjoy watching it that much, but his character has become iconic in memes, and I mean, the movie was Christian Bale's first major role that he really just blew out of the water. I guess he did it when he was really young, but this was his first kind of more mature film that kind of blew up. And for the memes alone, the Paul Allen card memes, yeah, I put him as my number 4.
That's a good one. Both years have been like dark, kind of psychopathic
Yeah, I went a different route with
characters so
mine.
far. Yeah, mine are more. Well, this next guy. Okay, I'm getting my fourth, and it's Driver off of Drive. Another Ryan Gosling character. I told you there's two. Then I'm moving on from Ryan Gosling, but with this one, I mean, you don't even know his name because it's just Drive. They just call him Driver. They don't, which is I thought was a really cool. Um, I've always wanted to make a film where you never even mentioned the main characters or the lead
It's like
characters.
Tenet.
Yeah, you don't know their
Protagonist,
name.
yeah.
Yeah. But in this movie, he's so calm, cool, and collected, just like in all other movies he's in. But then he
Is he
snaps.
though? Yeah, that's
Well,
what-
yeah, but then he snapped, like for the most part, because he has to be. He's a getaway driver, and he's the best to ever do it. Oh,
Nothing have to.
the
The
soundtrack.
soundtrack's so
Oh,
good,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love that soundtrack. At number 3, I actually have Driver.
Mm.
Drive. So we don't have to talk about it much. I'll share a few
The
thoughts.
cinematography in that is also just superb.
That there's that scene where there's a very pretty infamous scene, I believe, from the movie with the elevator scene where he just absolutely goes to town on that dude, and it's
Yeah.
very dark, and the girl's clearly like scared. I'd be scared of him. He, of course,
Well,
he goes crazy, doesn't
I
stop.
think that's the last time they saw each other, and he gets out of the elevator, and he knew, like right before he's about to do this, he's like, this is it.
All
My
right.
third one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. It's another Denis Villeneuve movie. It's Detective Loki, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is that a Sigma Male?
Yeah, I mean he's a lone wolf character. You don't consider that Sigma Male?
I'll give that to you because I really wanted to put that. I really wanted to put that in my top 5 because I love that character a lot.
Why wouldn't you say he?
I don't know. I just think that
he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything.
I'll give that to you because
he's self-reliant. I mean, he's very selfish. Like he's not selfish at all. He's actually selfless.
He has to do things on his own because the department that he's working for isn't really helping him that much.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman's trying to essentially kill him too because he's just what he's working under, the stress he works under. He's never not solved a case, and this one almost does him in. This one seems like at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, this one he's not gonna be able to solve. Every time I've watched that movie, and every time I watched it with somebody, nobody can guess what's going on.
Yeah,
it's in front of your face. It's in front of your face the whole time. It's just. It's a genius movie. And I don't want to give any spoilers away because a lot of people might not have seen that movie. But if you haven't, Prisoners, that's also Roger Deakins, who filmed that, his cinematographer.
Number 2 is K from Blade Runner 2049. I have mine high. So what I kind of did was different than Holt. I think Holt has kind of a archetypal Sigma male he's going for. But when I included kind of really negative characters that especially Christian Bale on the bottom because just for that negative factor they have, I was like, you should go to the bottom because they lack that redeeming quality. They're especially Christian Bale is literally just a murderer, or you think he's a murderer. You don't really know if he actually did all of it, but
hey, by the way, did you know Ryan Gosling was casted in what?
Cast,
whatever. Tomato, potato. But hold on, you might have to cut this part out because I can't remember the name. What's the damn Nicholas Spark? Oh, The Notebook. Oh my God. Okay, so you know who's casted in The Notebook, or cast in The Notebook? Sorry, Wells. As someone that's not traditionally attractive. Like they didn't want him to be. They're like, oh, this Rachel McAdams fell in love with this guy just because she really fell in love with him, not because of the way he looked. And then obviously he became someone that is now like a heartthrob. Number 2, well, so this might piss you off because I'm not sure if you consider this as being a Sigma male. Now that I'm thinking about who you've casted or cast as your Sigma males in your list on your list, but I'm gonna go with Neiman, Miles Teller, Whiplash, baby.
Oh, dude, I forgot
Yeah,
that was his name. Oh, that's a good one.
yeah.
Oh man, I forgot about
Whiplash
that.
is one of our favorite films. And Neiman, like people forget about this character because they always go with Fletcher. You know, they think about Fletcher and how great of a job he did in that film. Like Fletcher was probably I don't know. He's one of my favorite antagonists.
Oh,
Just
who's what's the name of the actor that plays Fletcher?
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, that
He won. I think. Yeah, he won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
that movie. I need to watch that again. It's been a few years. I remember watching that, and when it ended, I was like, that's top
That's
10. My favorite, one of my favorite movies. Easily makes it my
That's
top 10.
That's top 5 for me because that's the most satisfying ending of a movie of all time.
My number one, I know for a fact, my number one is better than yours, and I'm not sure if you've ever seen this before. And you should watch it because it's really good. But my number one Sigma male, can you guess what it is?
It's a
Hint, you've
movie.
probably never watched it. My number one favorite. This doesn't mean that they're the best Sigma male in film or in TV shows, but my number one favorite Sigma male in anything ever is Walter White in Breaking Bad.
I've seen Breaking Bad, dude.
I forgot that you hadn't seen it.
I thought you were gonna say Better Call Saul, like because I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
No, but my number one Sigma male is Walter White because you have the luxury of seeing him progress over 5 seasons. I think it's 5 seasons long.
Yeah, that's not fair. I think he's a Sigma male, yeah, for sure. But he's another example of like a lot of years have agendas, and but I think every Sigma male is selfish to some extent. My number one is Batman. He doesn't have superpowers.
I knew it, dude.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And this specific Batman is Christian Bale. He's, and it's not even because Christian Bale is good, which Christian Bale is one of the best in the game. But I mean, you're playing Batman, dude. So Batman was my my favorite superhero growing up because I guess probably because without me knowing it, he was that lone wolf Sigma male character where he was dark, mysterious, and he played by his own rules. And I always loved that. I always liked when people were that lone wolf and were able to kind of they didn't need affirmation from anybody else. They did what they thought was right, even though sometimes it's not right. But that's what makes them so human, and that's what makes them so relatable. Because if you have a superhero character, which is like obviously the most badass superhero there is, he's almost like a god. It's like he can't do any wrong. He's so inherently good that it's really hard to resonate with him.